Welcome everyone to the Chaotic Banter podcast. I'm here with Anthony. He just
here. He's here.
He just came back from a big event that recently occurred. Why don't you share with the people what event that was?
That's right. So this past weekend, Twitter dubbed it SnyderCon, but basically it was a Snyder Cut Director's Cuts event, and he held it in Pasadena, California, at one of his former art colleges. I believe it's called the Art Center of Design. I believe. I don't know. I should know. I was there.
Exactly.
Yes, it was the Art Center at the Hillside campus. And so basically, as many of you know, if you're not familiar, if you are familiar with Zack Snyder's work, he's known to have a lot of director's cuts. And Kevin, you're a film student. You know the way that Hollywood is. A lot of times, the full movie won't be put out. A lot of stuff will be chopped or left on the cutting room floor. And then later on, when the studio wants to release the director's cut, you'll get to see all the scenes and whatnot that the director shot and he originally intended to put in his movies, right?
Yeah, usually the DVD comes out and stuff like that.
Now, the thing is, though, what separates Zack Snyder from a lot of other directors, however, is a lot of other people, they'll add 10 minutes, 12 minutes. I mean, it'll be something, just deleted scenes, basically, like not that important to the story itself. But what he does is his movies have been fucked with quite a lot, to say the least. I mean, when he came out with Watchmen, when he came out with Dawn of the Dead, when he came out with Batman v Superman, as many of you know, we got it in theaters, and then the Ultimate Edition came out a few months later, and it was literally 30 minutes, not just of extra scenes, but of stuff that was very important to the actual story.
And things actually made sense.
Right. Because this guy right here, even though I love the theatrical cut, this guy right here wouldn't stop talking crap. He had a lot of issues with the story, and and I mean, if I tell you the truth, after watching the Ultimate Edition, I never could go back to watching the theatrical cut because there's just so many plot holes. And I remember at the time I had my little fanboy glasses on. I didn't want to admit it, but it was true. There were so many plot holes in the theatrical cut. It's like it didn't flow right. It jumped from scene to scene. And so whenever you put those 30 minutes back into the Ultimate Edition, it was literally so much better. And anyways, Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, the Watchmen Director's Cut, and the Dawn of the Dead Director's Cut, those were the three movies that were screened on the 3 days of the event there at the Art Center, which is in Pasadena, California, by the way.
Which one did you see?
So whenever he put up the announcement on his Twitter, the tickets literally lasted I want to say 5, 6, maybe 7 hours max. Mm-hmm. They were all sold out.
So you failed. All right.
Oh no! I thought
the video's over. That was good.
I failed. I literally got on to see and to buy the tickets, and it said that they were sold out for the Batman v Superman screening because one ticket per person was $100.
Oh my gosh!
And they fed you, they gave you a dinner. You got to be there for the Q&A.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Take pictures with him, meet the cast and crew. They even gave you popcorn and stuff like that. It was all, when you think about it, $100 isn't bad at all.
That's good with all that stuff.
Right, it's really good. So, I was like, man, well, with my work schedule and school and everything, because it was literally the last week of spring break for me. And then the announcement came up. And I was like, okay, well, I think I can try to make it, even though it's on a Sunday. I'll just miss school the next day or whatever. So I'm going to try to make this. Obviously, as much as I love Watchmen, and I like Dawn of the Dead a lot too, but I decided to go with Batman v Superman. And so I looked online, looked at the tickets, and they were actually sold out. And so I was all bummed, and my girlfriend was like, well, you can still go see Watchmen. And I was like, it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's whenever you want to go see a movie at the theater, you go with your girl, the tickets are sold out, and then next thing you know, you're stuck in the theater watching Minions instead of Infinity War. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. You brought that shit way too close to reality, Dusky.
Oh yeah, you were with me that day.
That happened to both of us, but we'll continue on to something else.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. So there was a time, just to go off topic a little bit here. There was a time in high school where we went on double date, me and Kevin, and we were originally gonna go see Dragon Ball. What was it? Dragon Ball Resurrection F.
No, was it F or was it
It was. I'm pretty sure it was
the
F.
Battle of the God?
I'm pretty sure it was F.
No, yeah. We were gonna watch Dragon Ball. Resurrection F.
And we literally effed up because we got there and we're like, you don't gotta worry about pre-ordering tickets. It's Dragon Ball Z. How many Dragon Ball Z fans are there in our town? Like, there can't be that many. So we show up and that line.
Oh my gosh.
It was literally coming out the door.
Yeah.
So the girls
were in costumes too. So I was like, oh shit.
No, like, you know what I'm saying? We had cats dressed up as Goku. Like, you know, I mean, they had some pretty poor cosplay, but hey, whatever. So we got there and we're like, okay, so what's left to watch? Minions.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the event.
I want to keep talking about Minions though.
Yeah, no, we're not.
But anyways, to get a little bit back on topic, that was a bad comparison. I said Infinity War and Minions. That's a bad comparison.
Yeah.
Watchmen is a really amazing movie, but like I said, you know, I wanted to see BVS because that's one of my favorite movies. And Watchmen is too. But anyways, my sister came in clutch. She got the tickets and she was like, let's go. So I was like, oh, bet, all right. So we actually drove up there from Oklahoma all the way to Pasadena, California. It was a 19-hour drive, but it was a lot longer because we had to make stops and whatnot, you know. And we passed through Arizona, New Mexico. We actually stopped in Las Vegas for a night to spend the night at my aunt's house, you know, because I have family down there. And the next morning we got up super early, got there on Sunday, got to the event really early. There was a lot of cool things. There were a lot of cool stuff in there. It definitely was an art center, but yeah. So we were walking through there, and then we finally found the line, and it was really awesome experience. You know, everybody was wearing Zack Snyder stuff. They were wearing shirts for some of his movies and stuff like that. I saw a lot of people. For those of you who don't know, he released these shirts, which basically has like the shirt itself is very cryptic. It has like a lot of like little Easter eggs and stuff. But the shirt basically lays out the design of the original Justice League plans, I guess he had. And all the proceeds for the shirts went towards the, you know, suicide awareness for suicide prevention, you know. And they ended up raising around like $75,000, somewhere around that. So it was really, really good. But I saw a lot of people wearing those shirts. I had mine on, and I mean, it was just really good, man. It was a lot of cool energy there. Theater itself, it's really funny because whenever we got there, once we got inside the theater and he like showed up, you know, everyone just started clapping. Like everyone was like, "Oh man, this is like," I couldn't believe it. Like I told my sister, I was like, "This feels unreal right now." You know, like you're seeing someone famous in person. It feels weird. He was telling us at the very beginning, you know, how much he appreciated everyone coming here and everything, and the proceeds towards this event are actually going towards reconstructing the art center, you know, like that theater, the theater. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because he was literally talking about he went to school there in the 80s and literally nothing in that theater's changed.
Oh my gosh.
He said they used to have to like put the little projector in the middle of the room and like, you know, play the film. Like I don't know, it was pretty funny, but yeah, all the proceeds were going towards remodeling that. Yeah, so it was like a couple, like, I don't know, I want to say 400 or so people. Mm-hmm. In that.
So like when he came out, was it just him or like who else was there with him?
So like the people from the university, they had a few people, you know, showing people where to go and everything. When you walked inside the building, there were posters everywhere that said Zack Snyder Director's Cuts, and they had the arrow, you know, pointing you where to go. Mm-hmm. But whenever we got in there, I think he came out first. For BVS, they had 4 other people that came out. So they had the editor, they had the one who edited the movie, mm-hmm. They had Larry Fong, which, if you're not familiar with his work, he's an incredible cinematographer. He's the one who did Watchmen and BVS. And, you know, even for a lot of people who hate on Snyder and his films, you know, you have to admit the man has a really good eye, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so Larry Fong, he worked with him on those 2. He was there. the guy, Ben Affleck's main stunt double.
Okay.
You know, the one who did the warehouse scene. And I guess he's been in the business for a really, really long time. And Zack Snyder's, I think he's hired him for all of his movies. So the guy's he's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
I think he did Ozymandias maybe in Watchmen.
Okay.
I think he was his stunt double as well. Maybe the comedians. I'll have to fact check that. But yeah, he was there. And then there was another guy, which I think he was the choreographer, I believe. He was there as well. Yeah, they like pretty much sat up there and they were discussing the film. And of course his wife was there too. She's the producer on all his films, so they work very closely together. So
not a single actor like showed up or anything?
Unfortunately, no. I thought there was gonna be some people, like some crew, but a lot of the actors who were in that movie, a lot of them are actually like working on films right now, or they're like actually not in the country. So I think it would have been kind of hard to get them to go.
Yeah.
The one guy who I thought really was going for sure, which is Ray Fisher. He played Cyborg in Justice League. He has a little tiny part in BVS. I thought he was gonna go because he supports Snyder a lot, but he was actually at the this Comic-Con in Chicago.
Oh yeah. I remember now. Oh, yeah. Comic-Con. I wish.
Yeah, I know, right? We gotta go, bro. San Diego, we gotta do it.
So when it comes down to the question, like when after the movie, the screening, they gotta ask Zack Snyder all the questions and everything. Did you get a chance to ask him any questions?
So, and if you want, and the cool thing, one really cool aspect about the whole event is like how many YouTubers I watched. I got to meet like a lot of them. You know, real quick, you know, shout out to Chris Wong, Comic Movie Marks, Apina Film Junkie. Like, you know, I got to meet those guys. They're really, really cool people in person. And so basically, you know, they were talking on their show, but if you haven't heard by now, like the whole controversy basically surrounding the questions. Yeah, you know, so like a big topic this weekend was, okay, if there was ever a time to ask Zack Snyder about the Snyder Cut, about what Justice League, this is the time. You know what I mean? Because we've had if you haven't been paying attention the past 2 years since the movie came out, I mean, it's been nothing but controversy. Like, okay, this was in the original cut. Does the cut exist? No, us guys, you know, the fans and who actually do the research and stuff, we're pretty certain that a cut does exist. I mean, even he's talked about it or, you know, hinted at this video.
There's also an original script too.
That's like right.
Everything.
Right. And he dropped some huge bombs on that, which I'll discuss later. But yeah, so, you know, that's been a big thing. But however, the problem is the bloggers, the movie bloggers, they seem to think otherwise. And, you know, whenever it comes to films and stuff like that, especially nowadays in Hollywood, the media holds a lot of the power. And so, you know, they're over here putting out all these articles and videos, you know, doesn't exist and all that, even despite the evidence. Jay Oliva, if you're not aware of who that is, he's a big storyboard artist who worked with Zack on the film, on Justice League. He literally said that the cut is 99% done, that there exists a cut, the Snyder Cut exists. But, you know, bloggers want to listen to their own sources, you know, in quotation marks. So, whatever. But that was basically what's been going on. So, you know, this weekend, it was time to put that doubt to rest, you know? And like you were asking me before I went on a rant.
Yeah, I know. I was like, dude, answer my fucking question. All right. I don't need a whole backstory of all this information. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's, you know, the viewers, you know, they might not know, but
I guarantee you they probably don't know shit.
yeah, I know.
Right. So I got
so what's that whole controversy with the questions like?
Okay, so I guess for his cut, since there were so many people there for the Batman v Superman Day on Sunday, since there were so many people there, and I guess the people at the university knew that afterwards, you know, they were gonna have the signing and everything. A lot of people weren't aware of this until after, but I guess, you know, he's gonna be filming for Netflix Army of the Dead soon.
Okay.
And he's actually scouting locations right now for the movie. And he was supposed to fly out to I think maybe to Mexico. He was supposed to fly out there at 4 a.m. that same night. So they were trying to, like, you know, kind of get it going. And I understand, you know, you're trying to get it going, like, you know. Yeah. So we didn't have that many questions to ask. So basically, in every corner of the room, there were a few people who got to ask a question, right?
Okay.
A lot of the controversy is basically, let's just put it this way: the questions that were asked weren't the very best questions. And the people who got to ask the questions, it's another little controversy in itself, because I guess one of the girls who stood up and got to ask a question at the front, and she literally said it herself. He had been there all 3 days. University student, and she got to ask all 3 days. She got to ask a question.
Oh wow! So it's like they like pre-screen them. They're just like, okay, these are the questions you can ask. I'm pretty sure like they made sure they knew what they were gonna ask, or they told them what to ask.
Right.
So people wouldn't like get off topic or whatever.
Right, and she had some really good questions, by the way. But yeah, and then there was another guy. I guess he had been there all 3 days, and he had gone in to ask questions those days too. And I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? You know, because why are you having the same people who have already been here ask the same ask questions?
Yeah.
Okay. And so like with those two people in mind, I think only like maybe 3 or 4 others got to ask questions. And here's the thing. So the guys that I mentioned earlier, they talked about it in their podcast. Me and my sister, we got there kind of late, because before it, you had a little dinner.
Yeah.
And you got to eat the dinner like outside. They had a bunch of they had a nice little setup where you could sit down. And, it was really beautiful because it's a hillside campus, and it's literally it looks like a cliff, and you can see all of Pasadena. It's really beautiful. But anyways, after the dinner, we got there kind of late. So we went back inside the facility, and we went to the very back. We were in the very back.
Okay.
And the guys I mentioned in their podcast, Film Junkie and Chris and Comic Movie Marks, they were sitting kind of like up towards the front on the right side, I believe. And so on their side, there was a lady, who was picking and choosing who got to ask questions. And she literally said she was only going to pick females.
Oh, what the heck? Okay.
I know, right? So you're already kind of, it's kind of like the equivalent of, I'm only going to pick males on this side. It's, the thing is, a lot of the people, including me, paid, $100 and probably more, when it comes to like flight and, driving to go all the way out there, right? So it's kind of like, why are you picking film students, or people that have asked questions all 3 days,
Yeah. I know they just didn't want people asking about like the Snyder Cut and everything, like all that stuff, and like asking about like what other movies he's gonna be making, everything.
Right. But that's the kind of that right there is just kind of like a controversy in and of itself, because the big controversy came from the actual questions that were asked, which, if you don't know yet, someone asked him, and the guy that stood up, he kind of trolled us a little bit, because he's like, there's a big question that's been online, and everyone's been, and everyone's like, so everyone starts kind of like their ears perk up, and everyone's like, oh shit, here we go. Someone's going to ask him about the Snyder Cut. And this freaking dude asked him, who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Who the fuck is this nigga, bro?
You know what I mean? Like, that's
God, man, I would be like, sit the fuck down. Your question fucking sucks.
Dude. And then he asked him another question. He's like, okay, but that's not my real question. He's like, what's your favorite Spider-Man movie?
Yo, y'all got this nigga cooking? Who the fuck is this?
Why would you ask about that when it's like freaking DC?
Not only is this a BVS event, but it's literally Zack Snyder. Why are you asking him questions that don't even pertain to his, like, that's something you can ask him on his bureau.
All right. Gosh, that's something he could have asked personally when he like wanted to do the signing.
Right, exactly. And the guy had been there, I think, all 3 days. So it was like, what the hell? So anyways, he asked that, and then Zack himself, he was kind of like, just like, because Zack, he's a really down-to-earth guy, really freaking cool. I don't know why, but he kind of reminded me of Kevin, to be honest. Like, he was just really, like, the way he talked and stuff, he was just really down to earth. He wasn't afraid to use the word, like, use the F word, like. He was very down to earth, but fuck, like, but
he was say fuck.
He was even drinking like a beer, like he brought his own beer or whatever. Like, he was a little tipsy towards the end of the night, sorta, maybe just a little bit. He had been drinking just a little bit, but nah, he was a really cool dude. So when he asked him that, he was just kind of like, you could tell he was kind of like, And he was like, Tobey Maguire. And when he asked him his favorite Spider-Man, he's like, I guess Spider-Man 2 or something. And I don't know, but it was just kind of like, why would you ask that? Anyways, another girl asked him a question about, oh God. And then someone asked him a question about some football jerseys.
What the hell, man? People, I hate it when like dumb people get a chance to speak out. Like, like legit, like you're fucking in a screening in front of the director of BVS, and the fucking thing you're talking about is jerseys or like some like random shit you talk about in like a bar or something.
Bro, I know. That's the thing is after the questions, you know, they did the signing, and we got to meet him in person. And I mean, when I wasn't in the front of the line, but I was kind of like towards the front because we left a little early. We weren't the jersey question was the last question asked, and me and my sister we walked out of the auditorium a little early to get in line because people were already lining up, you know. Even though he had to fly out at 4 a.m, so you know he was really exhausted. But yeah, man, I mean there were just some stupid ass questions asked.
Did you hear like anyone else like ask some things like when they like were getting their stuff signed?
Oh yeah. There were some really good things. The good questions popped out from that. Now, some other stupid questions that were asked. Someone asked him about the Wonder Woman score.
The Wonder Woman what?
The Wonder Woman score.
The Wonder Woman score.
Fact checking, you know?
Yeah.
And this girl, you know, I think she started getting kind of nervous because she kind of like didn't know what I don't know, it kind of seemed like she didn't know what she was talking about. And I know about the rumor she was talking about. She started bringing it up, and it was something really old and unrelated. And she started talking about like something about the director of Suicide Squad did, something about concept art, and it was like, oh,
oh my gosh, man! I should have been there. I'd be like, yo, tell me the details. Tell me the details.
Right, I know.
It's that Snyder cut. What's happening with Batman? What is going on with
Dark Side?
Shit, I don't know. I can't think of anything else. Yeah, Dark Side. I was like, wait. Those are the two main questions. Just like the main question is just where's his cut of the movie, his director's cut.
I don't know. People were just asking. I mean, I don't know. People were afraid to ask, like literally ask about it, but they just weren't calling on the right people, man. But the cool thing is, he kind of like, because you know, despite the fact that people were asking him these kinds of questions, he kind of like worked around it. And he himself started talking. He just started talking. He like got it to where he could start talking. He started talking about Justice League.
Oh, that's good.
And man, when I tell you he dropped some huge bombs on us, he dropped some really, really freaking cool stuff. And so he was explaining a lot. He started explaining a lot about the nightmare scene, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he was basically saying that him and Chris Terrio, if you're not familiar with Chris Terrio, he was the screenwriter for Argo. He won an Oscar for it with Ben Affleck. You know, he's really talented, and he's actually writing the new Star Wars movie that's about to come out. He and Chris Terrio, they both did a Batman v Superman, and so he revealed that before Batman v Superman even came out, they had already finished the script for Justice League. They already had the story planned out, but after BVS came out and the reaction they got from people, he revealed that the studio actually got really scared. They kind of panicked. And so, of course, they had to do a rewrite. What we hope to see one day in the Snyder Cut, which we will, because as he revealed, it's complete. I mean, he said that, you know, there's VFX that's undone and stuff like that, but as far as everything he had to shoot for the movie, and you know, putting all the scenes in order and stuff like that, like that's done. His movie is out there, and he confirmed it. There's a video where he confirmed it to a fan. But anyways, what he was saying about the script, his original version for Justice League, which we'll never get to see in the original script, he started talking about it and whatnot. And if you're not familiar with it, Justice League was supposed to be 2 parts, I believe, and Dark Side was supposed to have a really big influence in it. And so the BVS scene, the nightmare scene you see in BVS, which confused a lot of people, that was going to be explained in future movies, right?
Yeah.
And basically what he was saying, something huge he dropped on us, is that Bruce makes Flash go to the past and basically to like warn him, you know, to find the others and stuff like that. The thing is, I think he comes back too soon. And he was saying something, and he was like, that happens right before Darkseid boom tubes into the Batcave, and he kills Lois.
And he kills who?
He kills Lois Lane.
Oh my god.
And according to his original story, I believe at the time, I think she was supposed to be pregnant too.
Oh shit! So it's like the kind of like injustice.
Yes,
sort of
it's kind of like it's kind of like injustice in a way. But what happens is, in the nightmare scene, you see that Superman's evil, right?
Yeah.
And at that we kind of thought like, okay, like he says you took her from me. She was my world and you took her from me.
She was my world, and you took her from me.
And everyone's like, what does that mean? Obviously, it would either have to be his mom or Lois Lane, Yeah. But basically what he revealed, and he revealed this through his bureau kind of, once that happens and once Lois is killed, that basically makes Superman susceptible to the anti-life equation. Basically what he's always looking for. Basically what that does is it can control anybody. Mm-hmm. And once Superman, once he loses Lois Lane, he becomes more susceptible to the anti-life equation because obviously, the darkness in his heart and everything, that's how he takes control of him. And that's why he looks and he acts the way he does in that nightmare scene in BVS. So anyways, another big thing he dropped was the Flash. So it was really cool. The way he time travels. I think that Bruce, it was in the future, it was going to be Batman, Cyborg, and Flash. And basically the three of them were trying to work together to like find a way to go back to the past or to use Speed Force. Basically, there were only two windows. And I guess the way he explained it, he was saying that like they kind of found a hole. It's comic books. It does, it's not going to make the perfect sense, but they found kind of like a scientific way to explain it. Mm-hmm. He was saying that basically whenever Flash travels through time, the Earth has to be in how do you explain it? It has to be like perfectly aligned or something like that, because you have to jump from one side to the other side, and if you don't, then you're gonna go splat. I don't know. It was kind of cool the way he explained it. It was really cool, and he was basically telling him that there were two windows, and he had to jump through one, and he jumped through one, and then the other one was when he went to go see Bruce or something. So they had a whole story planned out. And then obviously after BVS came out, they had to change everything. They had to do those rewrites on the script. And so you can go ahead and ask me another question.
Shit, man. I don't know. I was just like so invested. I was like, oh shit, that's some secret stuff here only at Chaotic Banter. Well, psych. I'm pretty sure the other YouTubers did it, but but a channel that has like no one watching. It's some big stuff.
There's no one watching, and we're we're putting out secrets right now.
All right, shit, yo. So share this video, put a thumbs up, share it to everyone you know.
Subscribe, become our 24th subscriber, goddamn.
Hey, it will be the 27th subscriber.
Okay, 27th. Let me go back.
But damn, oh shit, okay. Oh, I don't know. I got so invested in all that secret information. Now I can't really think. Did he mention that he's gonna be making any other films like for DC or anything?
That's a question that a lot of people wanted to ask him. Was are you gonna work on any future DC projects? And the thing is, I know his office isn't on the lot no more. It's not on the Warner Brothers lot.
Okay.
He actually finished. He actually finished constructing his own business. I think it's close to his home. It's really cool. But his own office, But he actually, so if you don't know, his production company is called Cruel and Unusual Films. He's been responsible for a lot of movies. Like I said, him and his wife, Deborah Snyder, which she was really sweet. He has a smile that'll light up the room. She was really cool too. But they have worked together, and they've always been producers on a lot of films, and that's their production company. But this past year, they actually changed that production company to I have it in my head. Oh, they changed it to it's called the Stone Quarry. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool because it's no longer just movies, it's also television and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of leaves the door open like, oh, okay. But as far as DC movies go, I don't know. Hey, Disney brought back James Gunn, so anything's possible. That is
very true. I saw that information. I was like, what? I was like, this can't be real. But it was.
What's really cool about that too, here's a little fact if you didn't know this. James Gunn actually wrote the script for Zack Snyder with Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, really? I also heard I remember hearing that also, like, James Gunn, he was supposed to help write Suicide Squad 2 or help direct.
That's what I was just gonna say. That's the awesome thing is that his script for Guardians 3 is already done. He's gonna direct it, but also he's still committed and he's still doing it. Like, he's still writing the script for Suicide Squad 2 and he's gonna direct it.
Oh, sick. He's doing both.
He's doing both. Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Shit, now with friggin' Fox, now with Disney owning Fox, superhero movies are gonna be crazy, guys. They're gonna go, we don't even know where the hell that shit's going.
I just hope they don't neuter properties like Deadpool, and X-Men, and you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That'd be so dumb. I don't know, because it's weird, because Fox owns a lot of adult-oriented, like, TV shows and movies and stuff. So I don't think they would.
Well, you want to know something? You want to know something funny that Snyder shared? I mean, it's not really funny, but
oh yeah.
I guess during the Watchmen panel, he revealed that Fox actually tried to keep Watchmen, like, they finished the movie and everything, but they try to keep it from being distributed.
Why?
Because they had been trying to come up with a Watchmen movie for years and years, and they couldn't do it. So whenever Warner Brothers did it, I guess I don't know if it had something to do with rights and stuff, but they actually tried to stop that movie from getting made. And he told the audience, he was like, yeah, so you guys right now, you guys might be watching a movie that was never released. And he kind of laughed because, he was hinting towards kind of like little nod towards the Snyder Cut, but
yeah.
It was really
shit.
Freaking Hollywood, bro.
I know. So many damn politics and crap going on in there.
Henry Cavill mustache head ass.
Damn, dude. That is like the best CGI I've ever seen in my life.
I know, right? It needs to be freaking not. Why didn't it win an Oscar, bro? Like, come on now.
Oh my god.
Did you hear the story behind that?
With the mustache?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he had a contract for another movie.
For Paramount.
Yeah, and he couldn't shave off the mustache.
I think Warner Brothers literally they offered them, like, we'll pay for it and everything. We'll even we'll pay to have him shave it, and I think they said something else, like maybe they would like work on the VFX or something like that. And Paramount was just like, nah, screw y'all.
All right. But it's so weird though, because it's like they literally could have put a fake mustache on him and it would have like looked just as real.
Oh god. So basically, y'all, when you watch this video, Kevin's gonna put it on the screen. Someone actually discovered the initial footage yesterday of what he looked like with his mustache on whenever he was filming the Joss Whedon scenes.
Yeah.
It is very, yeah. I don't know why they didn't just give this man a beard and a black suit.
Wait, I think I know what movie it was, because it was when it was the movie of Mission Impossible. Mission
Impossible, yeah.
Yeah, when he had a big ass mustache and shit. I don't know why they couldn't have just used a fake mustache.
Yeah, I know, right? They're freaking, they're petty about it.
All the time, unless Henry Cavill, he hates like the fake, because I know some actors, they don't like the fake facial hair because like the glue and the stuff they use kind of like fucks with their skin.
Really?
Yeah, so maybe that was because of it, or also because Paramount's just a little bitch and they just wanted to fuck him up and everything, so who knows.
But hey, you know what? It was low-key. You know what, Paramount? You're good in my book, because you know what? You helped them make a trash-ass Justice League movie. And, if that movie wouldn't have been the way it was, who knows what the situation right now would be with, like movies like Aquaman, like with director control, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it kind of showed Warner Brothers, like, they shot themselves in the foot and now they're paying the price for it, you know what I mean? Like, it basically showed them the error of their ways.
That's very true. Very, very true. All right, so I know Anthony, he showed me a video of him actually meeting him during the signing. So, explain. He'll probably send me the video too, just like, so you guys can see him, like, meeting him. And then, so you guys will see, like, he actually met him. I'm gonna show the clip of Anthony actually meeting Zack Snyder. So yeah, explain that stuff and also what he told each fan and everything.
Okay, so after the Q&A, we got to get in line, and me and my sister, we left the auditorium a little early so we could get in line quicker. And the line, I mean, we were towards the front, but like the line, I don't know. I'd say there were like maybe 30, maybe 40 people in front of us.
Yeah.
And you know, we were waiting for like almost an hour. It felt like an hour. By the time we got to him, so my sister, you know, she was like, "Here, let me record your, you talking to him or whatever, and then I'll take a picture or whatever."
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
I was like, "All right, cool." And you know, so for a lot of you who don't know, I talked with Kevin about it before. My dad, he actually passed away in May, I believe in May of 2016. I feel like it's been a long time ago, but Batman v Superman was actually the last movie I got to see in theaters with him before he passed away. So that movie, you know, in particular, you know, has a very special place in my heart. You know, I love the movie, you know, by itself, but that basically just makes it more special to me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just really, you know, something that I always thought, like, man, you know, if I could, you know, one day meet Zack Snyder and tell him that, you know, like, it's more than just a movie to me, you know. I mean, I never believed I would get the chance, but we actually met a guy there and made really good friends with him. And he and my sister ended up telling him about, you know, about the whole thing, that, you know, about the whole situation. And he actually encouraged me. He was like, "You know what, man, I think you should, like, you know, like, just do it, man. Like, let him know. Like, that's something really awesome. Like, you should let him know." So, you know, shout out to him for encouraging me, you know, giving me kind of like the, you know, like the heads up to do it. But yeah, so basically, you know, I went up there and shook his hand. And if you watch the video, I was like kind of starstruck at first. I was like, man, like, you know, I'm such a huge fan of your movies and all this stuff. I can't tell you how much they mean to me. And he signed my poster, and then I looked at him and I told him pretty much like, you know, I just want to let you know that BVS in particular holds a special place in my heart because, you know, this is the last movie I got to see with my father before he passed away, you know, so, you know, thank you so much for helping us, you know, giving us that moment with this movie, like, you know, helping us bring us together.
How much but BBS in particular, it holds such a place in my heart. Actually, the last movie I got to see with my dad, so, you know, that's awesome. Thank you for letting us see along and everything.
And, you know, you could tell, like, he genuinely appreciated it. Like I said, he's such a good guy. And, I mean, you know, to be there in person, like, you can tell, like, he really did appreciate it, you know. And, you know, he shook my hand. And the video actually cuts off a little early. But, you know, he told me that, you know, he's happy that he could be even like a little piece, you know, in my life that brought like me and my dad together. You know, that meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to me. It really did. You know, I never thought I'd get to experience that moment, but it was something really special, you know. And we took a selfie together. I got to take a picture with his wife too and thank her, you know, for all the stuff she does. Like I said, they work very closely together and they're always like, you know, talking about ideas and stuff. So she's responsible for a lot of his success as well, you know, and I was telling her that. And then I got to talk to I think the choreography guy. And, you know, he was telling me he's been doing it for more than 30 years. And I was like, that's really cool. And then I got to talk to Larry Fong. And Larry Fong in particular, he actually is, so when I watched BBS and BBS the first time, it actually really piqued my interest in like photography, cinematography. And I got to tell him that. I was like, man, you know, like, you're probably one of my favorite, probably like the most favorite cinematographer in Hollywood. And he was really down to earth. He was really freaking funny, man. Like, he was like, me? No freaking way, you know? Like, he was like, no way. Like, he was just really hilarious. And Kevin will pull up the selfie, but we took a really funny ass selfie together. I mean, that dude was really hilarious. But, you know, I got to talk to him. And then Batman's stunt double, I got to talk to him as well, and, you know, we were talking about it. I was like, man, like, how did it feel putting on the suit, you know? He was like, is it tied and everything? He's like, yeah, it was really cool. And he told me that. He was like, well, you know, growing up, Batman was, like, always my favorite, like, superhero, and, you know, I looked up to him a lot, so whenever, like, I got that call and stuff, it was like, oh, crap, like, you know, I'm gonna be Batman. And he was talking about, like, how cool it was and stuff, and, you know, it was just freaking awesome, and I got to tell him, like, man, like, you know, thanks for bringing my favorite superhero to life on the big screen, like, you know, we got to see Batman like never before. Mm-hmm. And it's one thing to see someone like, you know, like Ben Affleck, you know, Batman. Yeah. You see that, meet the actual guy who does like all the stunts. Mm-hmm. responsible for that beautiful warehouse scene. I mean, that's literally Batman, bro. Like, that's literally Batman.
Yeah, he's a fucking ass, dude.
Hell yeah, he's badass. And we were asking him questions during the screening too, and he was talking about how he got into martial arts first, and then from there, that's what kind of guided him towards stunt double, like doing that stuff, But yeah, Zack's used him in all his movies, and he was a really cool dude too. And yeah, that was basically my experience with the questions. But
okay, so like what you mentioned how he told each fan some like information or something. So like what was that? Like what did he tell you, and like what did you hear from other people that were like before you and stuff?
Okay, yeah. So like the questions, as you know, in the Q&A, they were pretty garbage. So everyone pretty much when they got the chance, they were trying to ask him stuff, And some of us, they really got to ask him about the Snyder Cut. A lot of the YouTubers I follow, they got some really good stuff. Comic Movie Mark, shout out to those guys because they're actually the ones who noticed. When Snyder was signing the posters, there's a little number, and Kevin will pull it up on the video, so you guys can see it. But he circled it. He was circling it with his silver pen, and I think he asked him what is that or something like that, and I think Zack told him that's the runtime for Justice League for my director's cut. Oh. And what's crazy is I never even noticed until I got home and I really took a time to look at the poster. But if you really look closely, because what it basically is, it's it kind of shows Dawn of the Dead, Watchmen, and BVS, And by all the names of the movies, if you look real closely, you can see the runtimes for each director's cut of his movie. And so if you look closely at that one, I believe it's 214. Is that the number? But a little number pops up kind of like towards the corner, and everyone's like, okay, what's this number then, And yeah, he basically confirmed that's the runtime for Justice League, which pretty much is somewhere around 3 hours and 30 minutes, man.
Damn.
So his director's cut is 2 hours and 30 minutes. I mean, that's huge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But something else that's really cool that he revealed to someone else, and this is the video that's been going around the internet. It's kind of hard to hear, but some people cleaned up the audio so you could hear better what he was saying because it was kind of loud. And someone asked him, I guess, asked him about the director's cut or everything. Is it done? And he basically confirmed. He said it's done. All he needs is a few, is some to fix some VFX stuff, but it's done. Like he shot everything he wanted to shoot, and it's done. He said he had like he actually said he had a bunch of copies over at his house.
I mean, all I'll tell you is that, Trimmers cut, it's done. I have a cut, I have a bunch of them. So, it's not like, that's something that.
And Warner Bros. Owns a copy as well, but it's up to, he said it's up to them to release it.
Yeah, that's true.
He can't do it for legal reasons,
Yeah.
Something else he kind of revealed during the Q&A. So basically, it's really funny because whenever Kevin, so kind of join in with me on this one a little bit, because you know more than I do, because you're actually a film student in college now. So you know more about the process than I do. But whenever you're filming a movie, sometimes there's some people who they film scenes or they go off something based on the script, right?
Yeah.
But the way Zack was explaining it was, the script is, he always says, don't really worry about the script because it's the way he was explaining it, it's very vague. It doesn't tell you, it's not going to tell you about the interaction. It's very like, you're not going to get much from a script. And he said that before. There's been people who have tried to like look at him and be like, but the script said this. He's like, don't worry about the script.
Yeah, I know a lot of times when like directors, they have the script, they will change things on their own. Usually, and also like if a certain part of the script doesn't have a lot of explanations, such as a good example is of Hitchcock's Psycho film, the one scene called the bathroom, like the whole bathroom scene when the girl is getting stabbed. The only description in that script was called the slashing. So all of that was all Hitchcock just filming whatever came to his mind and like how he like put it together. So that's a good example of like what other directors would do with scripts that they have. They'll like interpret it their own way, and then they'll change certain things around.
Right. What's really right, and with that being said, what's really, really awesome and unique about Zack Snyder, because I mean, a lot of people, I want to say, this is a really stupid question, but who is it that directed Avatar again? I forgot his name. I sound so stupid right now.
Which one? You mean the alien, the blue alien people?
The blue alien people, not the little white kid with the bald head.
Sorry, that's like the good shit. Well, not the movie, but the movie's trash. But it's like the cartoon is amazing. Oh fuck! Let me look it up.
You know, the three big ones are Steven Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, and I'm missing this man's name. I can't think right now.
James Cameron. James Cameron actually said that. He said before that Zack Snyder, he basically invented, like he kind of changed the game in a way, because he invented his own cinematic language. Okay. And pay attention to his films such as Watchmen, Sucker Punch, BVS. There's something unique about his movies that, you know, if you appreciate film and you appreciate the way things look and you know, technical aspects, his movies are different from a lot of other people. Like, he has his own style. It's very unique and very, to me, it's genius. You know what I mean? It was funny because going off the script thing I was just telling you, he was basically explaining that you can't, whenever you're reading a script in a way, you can't really see it. Like, you can't see it. Like, it's kind of useless. You know, he joked around about how he's like these really, really extensive meetings with his people, with his crew about before the movie even begins. Like, okay, the shot has to be like this and this here and this there. Like, he's very meticulous with his stuff, you know. But with his storyboarding, does he do it more like concept designs and stuff, like really detailed and everything, or?
It's funny because he's posted a lot of his he's actually posted a lot of his storyboards art for like Justice League and stuff, like his Snyder Cut and thing. And they're pretty simple designs, you know, but it gets across what he's trying to accomplish in that scene. Like, his character's trying to evoke emotion, you see the look on his face, and you know, it's just kind of amazing. It tells a lot about how brilliant this man's mind is, because if you look at the storyboard designs, which, you know, he'll pull it up on the show for a lot of you guys to see. They're very simple, and when you actually watch the scene itself be executed in his movies, there's so many layers to it. There's so many intricate aspects. I mean, look at BVS and the Batman and Superman fight. There's the rain, the lightning. I mean, there's so many little intricate aspects of it, you know. And it just says a lot that he's able to like storyboard something and then make it look like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really cool. And yeah, and so going off the Snyder Cut thing, like, you know, basically it's confirmed now that it exists, and it's basically up to Warner Brothers to distribute it and to finish the VFX and stuff, you know? Mm-hmm. But the cool thing is that, as I just explained, he's a very meticulous director. And Kevin, you can help me with this too, because, you know, like I said, you're a film student. The filmmaking process, basically the way it happens is principal photography, and then a lot of times, most of the time, reshoot, right? After that. Mm-hmm. And so basically a lot of filmmakers, they do their principal photography, which is basically everything they have laid out, and they come back to reshoot. Most of the time are a very common thing, right?
The director of photography also is known as the cinematographer. They always make sure the framing and the light, like they make sure the lighting is really well done for each framing, for every shot that's recorded and filmed. And they also make sure that like everything is just in place. Everything in the background and in the foreground is in the right places and everything for each shooting, like each different camera position and everything around there.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, going back on last year and everything that was going on, you know, everyone talking about the Snyder Cut, does it exist and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of people out there who really don't know anything about the filmmaking process. And so you had these people coming out saying, it doesn't matter, he still had to do reshoots, the movie's incomplete, this and that, all that crap. Well, you know, I'm here today to tell you, you know, you're wrong, because
yeah,
you're wrong. Oh, the fucking the Lex Luthor meme.
Wrong!
Yeah, because like people understand like one little inconsistency, because there's also the person that's in charge of continuity, and if the continuity is messed up, you have to do a reshoot no matter what. Like, because if it's noticeable, because there's sometimes if you have enough different angles and enough like variety of shots in the scene, you could get away with it. But if one little thing is kind of like off and you can kind of tell, then all those scenes are pretty much like done and kind of over with. Especially with like outside shots, you know, maybe there's something wrong with the weather or like some kind of equipment breaks and you don't notice it. Because like when you're filming a lot, you don't really notice all the little details that happen until you actually see it in the editing floor. And in the editing room, you could actually see every little detail that's actually like in each frame. Because also when you're actually on the field filming, you're more focused on, okay, was this shot good? Did the actors do what they needed to do? It's framed, it's in focus. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next part. And sometimes, you know, there are little mistakes that come by. So, you know, and also it also depends on if the studio or like the executive producers, they're not happy with something that happens in like one of the scenes or whatever, then they also have a say with all that stuff too. So
yeah. Okay. Damn. I feel like I just like learned. Give me my degree, goddamn. I feel like I learned everything.
Shit, I want them to give my shit 9 now.
But no, yeah, like you're saying, you know, like from a technical perspective, from a technical aspect, I mean, it's just so much that goes into it, and it's obvious why there's reshoots and stuff. And like you said, sometimes with like continuity, and sometimes with just like, you know, with like adding humor and stuff like that, like they go back and they do them. But the thing is with Zack's films, which Jay Oliva, the storyboard artist who worked with him last on Justice League, he basically confirmed that Zack, like I said, he's a very meticulous director. He talked about this at the Q&A too. Like he talked about it. Mm-hmm. They all did, about how when you work with him, it can be very it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it's only because he wants everything done almost perfect. And the reason for that being is that unlike a lot of other directors, he basically films everything he needs to film in his principal photography. I think he rarely comes back for reshoots. Mm-hmm. So he gets everything done. And I mean, you know, with the whole storyboard thing and everything, I mean, it makes sense, you know, he gets everything done. So with the whole Justice League thing that happened back in 2017, what people don't understand is he completed his principal photography before he stepped down. Mm. And then, you know, a few months before the movie came out, they brought Josh Whedon on. They claimed that he was going to do reshoots that respected Zack's vision. Yeah, we all knew that was bullshit. Well, anyways. Yeah. if you and there's people out there, man. I mean, this is the sad thing. And I was talking about this with my buddy who I met at the thing. We were talking about how there are so many unnecessary scenes that he didn't have to reshoot. He literally reshot them just to put in a freaking stupid, lame ass joke. And we were talking about how there's people out there, I mean, literally just people out there who did a better job removing his mustache, or who did a better job, like, you know, changing up the scenes and stuff and putting a movie together, you know, like there's all these fan cuts, you know, trying to get rid of all the Josh Whedon stuff. Yeah. It looks, and it's crazy how that, like, someone from their own home can literally make a better movie than something that a studio released. Yeah, it's like sad, you know?
It's very sad.
It's really sad. And anyways, like, what a lot of people don't understand is that he completed his principal photography. He completed everything he had to do, you know, and like he explained, the movie is done. He finished it. It might not be done in a sense of like VFX. Obviously, it might be unfinished. We don't really know for sure whether the original composer, which is Junkie XL. If you don't know Junkie XL, he worked on Mad Max, Fury Road, I believe. He did BVS with Hans Zimmer. He was set to do the score for Justice League, and if you look back at some of his tweets, I mean, it looked like he had already gotten started on it. Whether he finished it or not, we don't know yet. But, you know, along with the VFX, that has to be something that has to be taken in consideration. Like, okay, did they release a score for the movie, you know? But besides those two things, the way Zack put it out, the way Zack said it, the movie, in terms of everything that needed to be shot, and I'm pretty sure if he owns film rolls of it and he has a time for it, I'm pretty sure he has everything exactly how he wants it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like from an editorial sense, it's all put together. It just needs to be polished. That was like the big thing. That was the big thing that came out from that event. And like I said, it was really amazing getting to meet him. And I love how he kind of sent out like a personal email, I believe, to everybody who attended, and he was kind of like, "Thank you for coming. I appreciate it." And at the end, he was like, "Until next time." So you never know if he has another one of these. You never know what he's going to be screening. I mean, hey, pray to God. Hopefully it's a Snyder Cut, and hopefully I can bring you with me. If you stop being a hoe, you can come over and join me.
Hey, man. He's
like, them plane tickets ain't gonna buy themselves. So
plane tickets expensive.
Guys, he's being a hoe right now. You see that?
It depends when. Yeah, I could. It's in the summer, 100% during the summer. I could. All right.
Yeah, hopefully we'll both be done soon, y'all. So
all right, everyone. Well, that was a lot of like good ass information, a lot of details about the event. And some secret shit that, Zack Snyder shared to everyone. And you heard it here. Probably we're the 10th person you heard it from, but, it still counts.
Dude, probably like the 100th now. Shit.
Yeah, shit, you're right. But you know what? We're cool. So,
You heard it here, guys. Like I said, it was really, really awesome opportunity to go. It sucks that I couldn't bring Kevin with me, but he got to go with my sister, and we had a really great time. I met some amazing people there, man. Everyone there was just really nice. It was really cool. You heard it here first. Hopefully, we get to 100 subscribers, because we're just like garbage like that. But
all right, shit.
Do like a face reveal or something. But
all right, well, Anthony already had his shit shown. And then I'll show mine.
I look ugly, but I promise you, Kevin doesn't look as ugly as me. He looks uglier now.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Good! Say it louder.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Louder.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Louder.
I'm ugly and I'm proud. I am ugly and I'm proud. I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Is that what he calls it?
Nah, I'm pretty sure like our cartoon avatars look we're pretty close. Pretty close.
Pretty cool. Good. I shave my mustache, so yeah, I look pretty much like that now.
But yeah, we got that information. Maybe in the future we will 100% in the future go to Comic-Con and E3 and also this shit. Sure. So all right, guys, thank you for listening and watching and just supporting us, because it's good. We have a lot more views and subscribers, but you know what? It's still great, because actually the views, they actually mean way more than people who subscribe.
Right. Nah, yeah, we appreciate all you guys who watch it or even take the time to click on this. It means a lot. And I know our little farewell is kind of a little longer than usual. It's getting kind of lengthy, but it's cool. I mean, we haven't really been able to put up videos because of school, and work's just been really crazy for both of us. And obviously, we both live we're like an 8-hour difference, you know what I'm saying? So,
we know you guys hear this every single fucking episode. But it's just a reminder, it's just to let you know. But we haven't put out a long ass video like this in a while, so I hope you enjoy and don't get bored, because hey, it might happen. Who knows?
I hope not.
I hope not either. Shit. I don't even think people watch the whole thing. But
well, probably not. But hey, just click on the video and like it, headass. We'll take that.
All right,
this is way too long.
Hey, but I do have 2 other episodes that I haven't finished editing.
Oh God.
So we're not out of content.
You guys need to join us for Kevin's director's
out of time, goddamn.
You need to join us for Kevin's director's cuts.
Yo, they do not want to hear all the outtakes that we have.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
But yeah, guys. Like we said, we appreciate everything. As far as the future goes, we're definitely gonna try to put out more content soon. The summer's coming up in a month, so we're gonna have a lot more time on our hands. Shazam's actually coming out. Endgame's coming out. We got some big things that we definitely want to review together. We got some anime videos too. You know, I don't know what y'all know about that Naruto. You know what I'm saying? Or
especially also that One Punch Man.
Oh yeah, One Punch Man's coming out. Attack on Titan should be out soon, hopefully. Nah, it's gonna be.
I think it comes out this season. So,
yeah. And I mean, those are just the those are just like the mainstream animes that I watch. But Kevin, he watches them all, so you know, hopefully we'll get a chance to discuss that with you soon because we've been saying it for like what, a year now.
Yeah. Oh, I had the Dragon Ball Z Broly film like that we recorded, but I didn't edit or finish.
Oh God, you finished that! Oh my God, I forgot about that.
And also the Venom. I have a Venom one. I just gotta add the images, guys. I just gotta add the images, and then it's done. Even though that shit's fucking old as hell.
God.
Okay, well, thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.
All right, we'll see you guys next year.
We'll see you guys at 100 subscribers. So subscribe and click that shit so you get our next video.
All right, we'll see you guys whenever Shazam 2 comes out.
All right, see you guys. See ya.
All right, guys.